Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Adam RPG with me, Paragon. Before I enter Paragon, I want to take care of some of this weight distribution. I'm going to give some of this to Hexogen so I can actually use my shield. I'm tired of lugging it around, not being able to use it. Also, once I equip it, it doesn't weigh anything, so that saves me another 9 kilograms of weight. Then I can always equip the backpack when I need to, when I need to carry more stuff. And I can always distribute the rest of the alcohol. Alcohol is very heavy. Meat's pretty heavy too, but nowhere near as bad as 1.29 kilograms per item. Alright, let's enter Paragon. The trade capital of the wastes. After we finish up things in Paragon, I'm going to pursue that one quest that we got in Krasno. When we were in Krasno, the one for the Commissar. We joined the Red Guard. A thin man with thick sideburns runs out to meet you at the entrance. He stretches his arms forward, clears his throat, and says, "Stop. As an official, I must inform you that you have to pay a fee to enter the merchant's camp." "What do you mean, a fee?" "You can walk wherever you want, but you have to pay to enter the tent, city, or the ship. Because we don't want any rabble to loaf around here." "And who are you, official?" The man makes a pause, but quickly regains his composure and frowns, looking as serious as he can. "I'm an official. As for my name, I'm not bound to tell it." This is unspeakable insolence. Some petty official, a merchant's errand boy, will be setting terms. "Don't make a fuss for no reason, comrade senior citizen. I've told you already, I'm not bound to tell you my name." "You don't have to. Let's go and buy a pass, Donnie." "Yes, that's right. If you want to get on board this ship, this is the only way." "So where can I obtain the pass?" The official points at a small hut to his left. Tobacco smoke pours out of its open doors, and a hoarse vinyl record is heard. "Here, in our office. I talked to Philip Petrovich, the officer at the checkpoint. He's the one at the desk." "And how much is it?" "Ask Philip Petrovich. It's his responsibility." "What if I tried to come in without paying?" "I'd strongly advise against it. We have serious people guarding the area. Kolya Sipliman. Nikolai Siplovsky. His people aren't prone to jokes, not that they have a sense of humor either. They'll shoot you dead before you know what hit you. Let me remind you that martial law is not officially over yet." Okay. No need to get angry. We're no fools." "I do hope so." Can I at least have a walk around Paragon without entering the camp?" "Of course. Why would anyone want to do it? Unless he's a spy, of course. A gangster. Or one of Dan's men." "Shame on you. And shame on my gray head, wizened and noble. I, an old rider, am accused of spying for the benefit of some petty criminals. You know, comrade senior citizen, those who go to great lengths to prove they're innocent usually have a feather or two in their snout. We're not spies. Don't try to intimidate us." "Hey, I'm just trying to explain how it all works here in Paragon." "Okay, I got you. I'll go and get my bearings." "Go. But don't forget, you can't access the ship or the tent city without a pass. Have a nice experience in Paragon." "Yeah, very nice. Bye." And he's right, they won't let us in without a pass, but I'm going to run around real fast before we buy that. Check out the outside of Paragon. How big is this area before we go into Paragon? Not very big. I doubt there's anything to find out here either, but we'll give it a look-see before we enter the city itself. Unlike Krasno, it's only one area. It's not two different areas full of NPCs, but there's a fair few people here to talk to. There's one special merchant. Well, she's not really special. She's a little special in that she carries a large backpack. Like what I have in my inventory. This jokester right here. Alright, so this is the guard building. Alright, we're not going to talk to any of these guys yet. Should be caravans, yeah. Caravans come and park here in Paragon. So instead of wandering the waste looking for caravans, you can come here and you can just wait. And speak to, caravanners. Hey. What equipment do I have in all my companions? I think it's steel breastplates all around, right? I don't think it's worth buying the saber. We know where we can get one guaranteed in Krasno, but Alexander can't use it yet anyway. He doesn't have the weapon skill. Okay, we've already used that. I think we can just go ahead and sell that. You know what? Let's actually hold on to that, because we don't know if that'll come in handy later or not. Can't use it anywhere else to my knowledge, but there might have been something introduced in one of the updates that I don't know about. Alright, cool. Let's go buy us a pass. What is this woman doing? A young curvy woman who looks like she recently escaped a kolkhoz is walking slowly around the area, as if she's expecting to meet someone, and they're running late. She smiles for a moment when she sees you, but then her expression grows grim. Apparently you're not the one she's waiting for. Hey there, a lost comrade? Are you waiting for someone? Yeah, I am. His name is Arist, and he's the love of my life. the freaking butthole. He's an elegant-looking bloke, merchant by trade. Have you seen him around? I'm guessing not. He's out there with the caravan someplace. But one day he'll return. I just know it. And when he does... Weird of you to call the love of your life a butthole. What happened between you two? The woman curses under her breath and spits on the ground. Yeah, something happened alright. My mom was plenty sick last year. The doc gave me a list of medicine that was worth more than my whole household. So I started working on the side, selling stuff here in Paragon. That's when Arist found me. He started courting me, you know? Called me a sweet little lady, untouched by civilization. His Neolithic Venus, his honey bun. This guy's mouth dripped honey. Simple gal that I am, I fell for him. Decided we'd get married, cure my mom, get a bigger house, maybe make some kids too. The firstborn would become a doctor, the others lawyers or nuclear physicists. How romantic. I wanted this modern fairy tale turn sour. Yeah, better yet, why did you choose those professions? Well, the doctor is the most important person in a modern household. That's why the first one needs to get a degree. Lawyers get paid tons of money, and nuclear scientists are pretty helpful when you're trying to repel raiders. One attack and our boy's gonna roll out an atomic bomb. How's that for a scare? Anyway, here's the deal with Arist. I didn't understand why. After a few hot nights in the bushes, the guy started avoiding me. No more beautiful words, no more gifts, no more watching the sunset. He even stopped asking about my mother's health. A few days later, he told me he's planning to run a caravan up to the North Pole to trade martyashkas for sealskins and the chukchas. He told me it's gonna take him 8 years, but when he comes back, we'll get married and everything else. I cried a lot, but decided to wait for him. Chaining a man to yourself ain't gonna do much after all, so let him roam to the North Pole for a bit. But then one day I stumbled upon him right here in a tavern in town, drunk out of his mind and surrounded by prostitutes. Freaking bastard never even went to the pole. All he wanted was my body. I considered drowning myself in a pond for a while there, but I got angry instead. But by then he'd already gone, left with the caravan for some nearby city. But no worries. One day he'll return. That's when I'll stab him with this. The woman produces a huge knife from her travel bag. I saw him and you'll ruin your whole life. You need to forget this silly idea and move on. The woman sighs. You don't think I'd be justified turning him into a pincushion? Nah, you're right. Nobody'd understand. Guards are men too, gosh darn it. I guess I'll head home. Thanks for the chat, mate. Good luck on the road. I didn't get to ask her any questions, darn. That's fine. Still got the experience for it. A young mustached man is filling in some form turned yellow with age. He's so engrossed in the process, the tip of his tongue sticks out. The sweat covers his pale forehead. As he senses your approach, he stops writing and gives you a questioning look. What are you working on? The man lifts his eyes at you and smooths out his dashing mustache. Apparently he's warmed up to you. Running payroll calculations for mercenaries. What was a Paragon, Steel Shield, all these guys. But you have your own guards. What do you need mercenaries for? The man leans back in his chair and closes his eyes, tired. Different gangs have been attacking our area recently. They rob merchants and scare people. We're in constant tension. For example, the infamous gang of Dimka Spitzen. They're quite recent, but have made quite a fuss already. They know no mercy, not even for women and kids who go with the caravan. They slaughter everyone. Some robbers sell them as slaves. It looks as if this particular gang wants to kill every single person who has ties with Paragon. Another thing or two about Warcraft. I could help you if they're indeed so beastly. You mean it? Well, why not? Let's do it. Try your luck. After all, it's your life you'll be risking, not mine. The thugs of the wicked Dimka Spitzen always wear red scarves on their faces. You'll find them near Paragon. If you're not lucky, but if you succeed, come back. I'll pay you on behalf of Paragon. That sounds like a plan. I'll go find them. Alright, I had a couple of questions for you as an official. Well, why not? What do you want to know? What is interesting here in Paragon? Interesting? The most interesting thing is the tent city and the old ship in the shallow waters. You can trade with the camp merchants, small deals as well as bigger ones, and the ship is a wonderful place to have a drink. Doesn't sound like much. The mustache official shrugs. Is your work even interesting? It's far from being boring. My new task is to calculate payroll for mercenaries. It's a very important task. You're not exactly running across hills and steppes, I'll grant you that. But there's plenty of reasons to worry, too. I have no doubts. Can I ask another question? How is it organized here? Our merchants come to Paragon to have a rest in the tent city, and then drift down the river or move on by road. The river is easier, but you have to pay the rafters. And the road, well, you must know yourself what it's like, traveling down our roads. Yeah, it's not what you call a pleasant experience. Can I ask another question? Have you heard any interesting rumors? I've heard there's a weird spiral of boulders near the Ultranoye village. It's not certain, but people say once a year at night, voices can be heard around it, screaming and chanting. Perhaps this place is sacred. Yeah, it may well be. Alright. The middle-aged official is engrossed in filling in some boring document. He uses an old-fashioned quill that he dips in a makeshift inkwell. Only after he finishes another paragraph does he raise his myopic eyes at you. Yes? Can I help you? Are you the one responsible for passes? The man clears his throat, puts the quill in a small plastic glass, and closes the inkwell with a jar lid. Yes, you're talking to the right man. I'm Philip Petrovich, the head of the pass service. Are you familiar with our prices? No. Enlighten me. One pass is 30 rubles. You get 5 passes for 150, and 10 passes, you might have guessed yourself, for 300. We only sell them in such batches. Yeah, why in these batches? The official looks at you with a mild reproach. To facilitate paperwork. Why else? Then give me 5 passes, please. Philip Petrovich shakes his head and accepts your money. Then he starts filling numerous forms, declarations, and reports. After finishing this painstaking task, he takes 5 tickets from his unassuming box. Your 5 passes. Thank you. Let's change the subject now. The middle-aged man lowers his head a bit, with a look of polite interest on his face, but it's clear he only wants one thing, to be left alone to concentrate on his work. Is issuing passes all your job involves? No. It's an additional responsibility. My primary task is registering the goods imported to Paragon. Can I ask a couple of questions? I'm very busy. If you have some business, then yes, sure. If you're guided by curiosity, I'm afraid I don't have time for idle talk. Nod and leave. Alright, cool. We have passes to enter the city. But first we have a couple of people to talk to outside the city. We'll start with this guy. Standing before you is a large, middle-aged man dressed in a shabby black suit. He's shouting out slogans and carefully watching the passers-by. Seeing that he's grabbed your attention, he clears his throat and begins his speech. Hello there, good sir. Welcome to Kurdyamov and Partners car dealership. We are a young but fast-growing company, specializing in the distribution of a rare and therefore very valuable commodity, pre-war automobiles. And I'm not boasting when I say we're great at what we do. We're ready to make custom deliveries of any vehicle from our warehouse as quickly as possible, in accordance with your exact specifications. And moreover, for a small surcharge, you can even choose the color. Are you interested? Wait a second, my friend. Tell me about yourself first. Sure, let's chat. What would you like to know? Well, tell me about yourself. What did you do before all this carmongering? My name is Arkady Leonidovich Kurdyamov. Before the apocalypse... Darn throat. Before the apocalypse, I used to be a TV host. Maybe you've heard of the game show Wheel of Luck. Sadly, it didn't air for long because of the war. Let's just say people had other concerns once the bombs started falling. Understood. And what did you do after that? My colleagues and I wandered the irradiated zones before finally being picked up by the search party from Trudegrad. But that's a whole other story. I don't feel like getting into that. How did your company, Kurdyamov and Partners, start? After we discovered the warehouse, we decided to move to Paragon and start our own business. At first we ran a goods delivery service. However, it quickly became apparent that our profits couldn't match our expenses. And on top of that, robberies were becoming more and more frequent. Because, you know, a car is a valuable prize for a bandit. Agreed. And what happened next? The car salesman shrugs. Hiring additional security was too expensive, and you know that Peregon and Krasno don't care about their people's safety. Working together with the caravans under the predatory conditions wasn't an option. Then we got the idea to go into car sales. Eventually we'll run out of cars, of course, but hopefully by that time we'll have earned enough to live a good life. Well, I hope you make it. Now let's talk about something else. You have another question? Where do you get your cars from? They're a rare commodity in the wastes. From all around. You'd be surprised to find out how many cars are left out there in the wasteland. Ah, company secret, I assume. One more question then. I'm listening. Hit me. Who are these partners mentioned in the company name? Old colleagues of mine, from when I worked in TV. They handle all the logistics while I'm the face of the company. That's business talk. And the main salesman. Right. One more question for you. Have you heard any interesting rumors lately? Not long ago, this captain I know told me that every time the Hesperus star is at its zenith, beautiful half-naked maidens appear in the river delta, like mermaids from the old tales. They sit on the stones and weep piteously for all the sailors lost at sea. Oh, you don't say. Right. Let's see. Let's talk about something else. Alright, I'm all ears. I don't know, what do you have for me? Our company is a proud distributor of the best vehicles of the Soviet automotive industry. Do you want to be the off-road king, or do you prefer to drive peacefully on pavement? Where it still remains serviceable, I mean. We'll find the best car for you either way. Are you trying to tell me you have a warehouse full of cars in working condition? I find that hard to believe. We'll start with number 1. Alright, give me a full list of the cars you're selling. Oh, that's quite a list. Best Soviet SUVs, UAZ, and Niva, $25,000 each. A comfortable Lada Nova sedan for $17,000, as well as our value for money hero, the economical Zaporozhets for $12,000. Moscovich cars are unfortunately too popular to keep in stock. They're gone and they're not coming back. To this very day I sometimes see these legendary cars in the wasteland, in unusable condition of course. I want the UAZ. Great choice. Now you just have to choose the color and we can move on to the paperwork and payment. The Zaporozhets. A really wonderful choice on your part. Now you just have to choose... Okay. Latinova. Oh, most excellent. Okay. Gotta go with the Neva. The Neva. Superlative. Okay. Oh, can I call him out now? Darn, can't call him out now. They missed out on some experience. We'll hold off on those guys for right now. A serious-looking man wearing comfortable new pants and a flannel shirt stomps the ground and looks from side to side, sometimes at the tent city, sometimes at the administrative building. When he sees you, he crosses his arms on his chest. You wanted something? Am I in the wrong spot? No, not really. Why would you think so? The man smiles, gets out a fancy handkerchief, and wipes his sweaty forehead. I'm not local. I don't know Paragon's customs. I'm just waiting here for my old teacher, and he is yet to get here. I see. Everything is fine. Care to answer some questions? The man shrugs his shoulders and nods. Where are you from? I'm from the Slavikova village. It's a religious community of sorts. I joined them around 5 years ago or so. I'm their village hunter. That's why I don't like hanging around in huge cities. A hunter, huh? Interesting. Another question. The man looks at you with attention. What do you do for a living? Well, I don't earn money. In the commune I live, we have our own gardens. We grow vegetables, we make cloth and rope. I hunt. Then we exchange these goods for medicine and other stuff we need. No business but barter going on. Wow, that sounds like you actually built communism. Another question. What can you tell me about Paragon? A big and noisy place. Without need, I would never go here. Yeah, it rarely ever gets calm around here. Another question. Got any good rumors to share? I don't know a lot of rumors, really. But some people say the dishes in that barbecue shack over there are the best in the whole wasteland. The only problem is that the prices are kind of high. Is that so? I see. Another question. Hey, let's change the topic. Go on. You told me you're waiting for your teacher. The moon hides behind a cloud. As the words leave your lips, the man becomes tense and serious all of a sudden. He whispers back to you. And the two blessed with sight leave the tower in the darkness. How do you know of these words? May it be a trap? Don't fret. The former head of the death gang looks worse than death itself. I came here in his stead. The man looks worried and frowns. Teacher more or less told me of his illness during the brief minutes we spent talking via ham radio. Seems it did not heal as of yet. So, he sent you. Seems like it. Tell me where to look for your former buddies. The man sniffs and nods. The gang inserted itself into these wastes from 3 sides. I know that, since I sometimes catch their radio transmissions. I'm a fan of radio equipment, you know. The man asked for your map with a gesture. Igor Death contacted his kin from these coordinates, a bit to the north from Paragon. Lena Death was last noticed to the east of Paragon, and Demon Death is hiding near some old bunker. The locals call it Bunker 317. You're once part of that gang. You must have your own share of skeletons in the closet. Yes, I do. They'll follow me until I die. But all people are capable of evil. The human soul is dark, and in darkness, monsters lurk. I gotcha. I have a few questions about those bandits. Which one? Don't forget, there are 3 of them right now in these wastes. Tell me of Igor Death. The man shrugs and some sweat form on his forehead. I remember one time, the lot of us, hidden in the bushes before a guarded merchant keep. Igor went to their 2-meter-tall walls on his own. I don't know what he told to the armed guards, how he acted, what feelings he birthed in their souls. But at the end of the conversation, these guards opened the main gate. We just had to rush them. I'm interested in Dima Death. Dima's father was a drinker and a fiend. Until the time Dima became one of us, he used to torture and molest him, as well as send him to various villages to beg for money and food. When Dima turned 16, after 2 years in the gang, he talked us into visiting his former home. We looked as Dima set his father's shack on fire, how his father then ran out, how Dima gutted him with a red-hot pig sticker with hatred burning in his eyes. And what's Lena Death's story? You know, I won't lie. Everyone in the gang wanted her, both guys and some girls. Once, 2 guys started fighting over her in the open. Lena threw them a rusty old spoon and told them to fight until one dies. The victor was to present her with the loser's eyes, scooped out by that spoon. But we still swooned over her, even after that. Now remind me where I should look for them. I don't want to talk about them anymore. I should go. Everyone in my village is probably worried about me taking so long. I really hope luck will be on our good side. Alright, he's dipping out. We'll talk to the guards. The mustache guard looks at you in a distrustful, but not unfriendly manner. Well, hello there, stranger. You don't look like a local. Who are you? My name is... The man takes his hand off the firearm on his belt and crosses his arms. Donnie. Glad to meet you. Call me Vintar. By the way, would you like to earn some goods? Sure thing. What's the job? The man looks to the horizon for a moment before turning back to you. He looks concerned. Darn wolves have been eating our crows. Even though the herd is a major food source for us, nobody has time to deal with their little pack. Or sorry, cows, not crows. They have a herd of crows. The merchants have no interest in helping, of course. They don't even live here most of the time. What are you willing to give me for it? The man thinks it over for a bit, then snaps his fingers. How about some ammo? I have some of that. Ammo will do. Where can we find these wolves? I'll walk you to a pasture near their den, but it has to be now. I don't know when I'll get my next break. I can lend a hand too. Okay, lead on. Hey, we're doing a side quest. Leave Paragon on a dusty country road that leads into a small grove between various fields. After about an hour, you reach your destination. The mustache guard tells you to stop and ducks down. Raising a finger to his lips, he points to a small wolf pack feasting upon the assorted meats of a runaway cow. Quiet, darn it. There they are. Let's take them down quickly and head home. But remember, I've got my eye on you. If you take off before the job is done, you'll be branded a coward, and I won't have anything more to do with you. You don't need to worry about that. Time to show these beasts who's at the top of the food chain. Jeez, this guy just comes out blasted immediately. Let me get some, guys. Don't worry, guys, I'll tank for you. Just start killing these wolves for me. Please. Alright. The mustache guard wipes his sweaty forehead and spits on one of the canine carcasses. Furry parasites. We did a fine job, you and I. Here, take this ammo. Sorry I can't spare more, but everything has a use in the wastes. Ammo can always be sold for a high price. Doesn't look like much, but thanks anyway. I mean, it's a decent amount. 15 rounds altogether. And we also get to loot all these wolf corpses. And I think doing this quest actually helps with some dialogue later on with the guards. I might be misremembering that. We helped out one of their own. I don't know if there's anything else here to gather. So these just treated like a random encounter location. Oh, there's a mushroom. Not that I really need them anymore, but it doesn't hurt to have a couple on hand, because you never know. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, I want to talk to this other guard real fast. Actually, I want to talk to him again. Oh, here she is. So she's another potential companion, but she's the one you have to get rid of other companions to recruit. Regardless, I won't need this much of that, so I can trade some of this. Seeing you, the mustache guard smiles and waves. Seems he's really grateful for your help solving the wolf problem. Thank you, friend. The rest of the guards are idiots and lazy butts, but I know how you helped us out, more than most. That's for sure. Well, see you. I'll talk to this guard. The guard stops you by showing you an open palm. He sighs and looking somewhere to the side with boredom in his eyes. He begins saying a text he's clearly repeated so many times. He learned it by heart. A to Z. Attention. To enter the camp, you must provide your pass. The pass can be bought in the office at the entrance to Paragon. Any questions? What if I decide to exit the camp? It's your right, but if you make even a small step beyond those bags of sand, then get yourself a new ticket, as you have officially left the town. How come you have this rule about buying an entry pass? Well, think about it. We can't let every beggar in the tent city. We've got wealthy people there resting after a long road. We've got all sorts of goods, a pub. The ticket is not that expensive, and those who can't afford it are sure not to be welcome here. Is it possible to get in for free? You seem to be a decent man. You're making a good impression, but you ask such stupid questions. Of course not. I strictly adhere to the rules, and so does my mate, so one can only get in by having the ticket. I have no more questions. I'll go now. Sorry. So no more. I can't ask him any questions. We'll talk to her later. I do regret not being able to call this guy out for his car. So I wonder if I can try again. Man. Alright, I'm gonna call the episode here. In the next one, we're gonna meet the meat guys. That's obviously Rat. But yeah, next episode we'll talk to these guys, and then we'll talk to this woman. Then we're gonna talk to the guys in the barracks over here first. This guy looks like he's not supposed to be standing here. But maybe he is. Oh, there's a dumpster over here. So a basement. Maybe I'll loot this dumpster real fast so I don't forget. Next time. But yeah, we probably won't make it into the town next episode. We'll see. There's only a couple of NPCs in here, I think. Yeah, I think the only way she appears is after you talk to that other guy about the death gang, leave and come back. Then she pops up instead. Actually, it probably makes more sense to go into the town first, trigger this, and then go to the guard thing, because I think some of these guards walk over to the guard headquarters over there. Anyway, I'm going to call the episode here. Next time we'll talk to these guys. I'll get to the bottom of this whole meat mystery for the postman. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.